Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to new video. This time I thought we could look at my eyeshadow palette collection and kind of talk a little bit about some of these eyeshadow palettes, because after this video is published I will also publish my kind of project ban video, and I thought it would be cool to also show you what kind of palettes do I even have. I try to keep my collection minimal, but lately I've been kind of failing at that. I mostly wear colorful makeup, especially like greens and oranges and purples, so that's what you're gonna see the most of. And yeah, let's jump right into it. The first is this Earth palette from Udensai. This is one of their mini palettes and I absolutely love this palette. It's my favorite palette of all of these minis. I've had multiple of these and I kind of decluttered some of them. And this one is definitely my favorite and I love the looks that you can do with it. Then we have this Alva 2 mini eyeshadow mini forest palette. This one is more of like a companion palette because it doesn't have enough matte shades, and also the only mattes are blue and brown, which definitely isn't something that I go for, but I like to kind of throw it in with my other palettes that are bigger and use it with that, because the shimmer shades are really cute and they look really nice on the eyes. Then we have this palette, Sweet as Can Be, from Colourpop in collaboration with Winnie the Pooh, with Disney. I love Winnie the Pooh. This is the cutest palette that I own. It's very much spring and summer palette because it's more like lighter. It doesn't really go that dark, but I think this color story really speaks summer and spring. It has really nice shimmer shades that are more everyday. They're not as sparkly as some of my other shades, but they're really wearable and they look amazing on the eyes. And they also last all day without creasing or anything. With Colourpop shades, especially the shimmer shades, it's easier to apply them with hand, like with your finger, or with glitter primer. If you're gonna use a brush, it's definitely better with the glitter primer rather than spraying it, though you can do that too. Then we have my newest palette. This is from Unearthly Cosmetics. It's my only palette from Unearthly Cosmetics and it's called The Lore. It's mostly shimmer shades. I love these shades. I absolutely love pinks and greens. That's definitely something that I go for very often, and I love that I finally have some orange matte shades because I've been trying to do more orange looks lately and I'm kind of missing the orange mattes, so now I have them and I'm extremely happy, and these are amazing and so easy to work with. This is extremely nice formula that anybody can work with, I feel like, and I love the quality. Then we have another palette from Colourpop and it's called Tinkerbell. It's such a cute green palette. It's really nice combination of color and like more neutral shades, and every single look that I did with this turned out so pretty and so effortless and classy. Even though you're wearing like green eyeshadows, I feel like it looks very wearable and very approachable, and these shades are just so easy to work with. So if you just want to do a quick eye look, this is definitely the palette to go for. It's also really small, so it's perfect for like traveling. Since green is my favorite color, I definitely would take this with me for traveling because I know I'm gonna reach for this. Then we have another palette from Colourpop, from Udensai. This is the Hummingbird palette that they did in collaboration with Fancy Face. This is more of like summery palette, based mainly because it has a lot of like colorful shades, but I also use it a lot in winter for these like really deep purples and blues. And I love the purpley duochrome that's in the bottom. It kind of has this like gold specks in it, and it looks so cute. Then we have palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Flight Club. It's purple palette mainly, and it has the cutest packaging. Like I mostly bought it for the packaging, but I love the color story, even though it only centers around one color. And I must be honest, majority of the eye looks that are created with it kind of look the same, but it's such a cute palette. I might kind of take out some of these shades and buy another ones and kind of put it in there instead, because this is magnetic palette, so you can move the shades around or take some out and put another ones in there. Another palette that I have from this brand is the Feral palette. This one I like a lot more because it's green, and it also has some really nice pinks in it. It has two like duochrome shades. One goes from pink to beige, and one goes from pink to more like orangey, kind of like corally shade. I tried to show you in the reflection in the mirror, but I don't know if you can see anything. I also love the matte yellow and matte kind of orangey red. It's perfect if you want to do one of those like sunset looks, you know, those really warm yellowy red looks. It's perfect for that. And these shades are extremely pigmented. They kind of stain the eyelids, so beware, but the pigmentation is amazing. And yeah, I will definitely need to remember to use it more. Then we have the Christmas Eve palette from Udenside. This is their holiday limited edition from last Christmas, or the Christmas of 2022. This is the darker version. There's also a lighter version. I surprisingly like more the darker version, even though I genuinely thought it's not gonna be my favorite. But I love the combination of yellows and purples. I've fallen in love with the combination, and these shades are so nice. And also this palette I think has better quality than the other one from the holiday collection. I also love the duochrome here, which goes from purple to blue to kind of this like green yellow, and it's just such a stunning shade, and I can't even, like, every single time I have it in my eyes, I kind of can't believe that it's possible. So yeah, it's so stunning. And also these really icy like purple and blue shades called Blue Eyes and Wonderful. Those are so extremely pigmented and just so shiny and sparkly. And I love that we have shimmered yellow here. That's not like gold based, but it's genuinely just extremely light yellow shimmer. And also the matte yellow is so cute, and it works well with everything. Then there is the Merry Christmas palette. This one is more traditional, like Christmas colors, so there are a lot of greens and reds. There's gold shade, but there's also like browns and more neutral leaning shimmers, especially the orange and the pinky shade. So this is definitely like probably the best color stories for me, because I go for these shades a lot, all of these shades. So yeah, I'm gonna use it all year round. I've already used it quite a lot. You can see that the shade Elf Wish already has like a dip in it. And I love the Matcha Cookie and the Jingle Bell shades. These are stunning. Then we have This is my oldest palette that I own. This is from Essence and it's called Wanna Be My Honey. It has 6 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. I absolutely love the highlighters. I wear them all the time, especially when it's sunny outside because they're more gold based. And I also love the 2 gold yellow shimmers and the kind of orangey yellow matte shade. I wear this palette a lot when I want that extremely summery bright yellow look, which I usually tend to go for in the summer when it's like really hot outside and I just want to look like a little sunshine. But I think this palette is like maybe 4 years old or something like that. It's definitely, I probably shouldn't be using it, but it has a great quality and I just really like this color story, even though it's very light and it doesn't really have anything to deepen the eye look with. But for the yellow shades, I don't really mind that. I usually, if I wear yellow eye look, I want it to be extremely bright and light and just very sunshiny. So this palette was in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist. It's such a stunning palette. It has such a beautiful green shades and pink shades. I love the matte, like the metallic, kind of like gunmetal shade. It's like beige, gray with like kind of plummy purple. I love the extremely bright, like yellowy green shimmer in the top row and the pastel-y kind of yellowy green shade in the corner. It's so beautiful, and I love that there are also a lot of like darker shades, so you can really deepen up the eye look. And the duochrome shade in the bottom is also wonderful. It's my favorite inner corner highlight, this double-sided shade, and I use it all the time. Then we have another collaboration with Uden's Eye and Annette's Makeup Corner. This is the Giant Wolves palette. I didn't get it when it launched because I didn't know about this brand, but I got it from my friend a while ago, and it's stunning palette. I love that there are a little bit of greens and then purples and blues, and whenever I need purple or blue, I tend to go for this palette lately because it's so beautiful. It goes really deep, and I love the duochrome in the bottom row. It goes from purple to blue, so you can use it with anything here. And there is also extremely I love the inner corner highlight in this because it really goes well with every shade. And I love the packaging again. Then we have Game Beauty and their adventure palette. This is one of my newer palettes and I absolutely love it. It's more green leaning palette, but I love the artwork on this, and the green shades are so cute. It also has orange and like kind of this yellowy gold shade, which I've kind of gotten into, like orangey and yellowy color stories, so this is really perfect. And I love the purple in there. It's such a nice deep purple. I use it with other palettes though, because I don't use greens and purples that often, even though I really like the combination. And there's one glitter kind of shade that I don't really care for that much, but I've used a couple times and it was completely fine. So then we have this Ace Beauty Tropical Vibes palette. This is my biggest palette at this point. I don't really like big palettes, so I usually don't go for these kind of large palettes, but my favorite eyeshadow color is green, and this is all green color story. It also has a couple of like really cool shades. Like there's this khaki shade that's actually more orangey on the eye, or this beautiful sapphire shade that's like reddish brown. It only has 3 shimmers, and one of those shimmer shades is kind of like turquoisey, like it's this blue-green shade. I don't really like these like blue-green shades on me, but I've used it with some of the more yellow shades, and I think it looks really cute. I love that this has matte inner corner highlight, because I don't usually use those, but this palette really taught me to use them more. It's the shade Mango and Chartreuse, and they're really, really pigmented, neon yellow and neon green shades. And also there are a couple neutral shades if you want to tone it down. These shades, especially the mattes, are extremely pigmented, and the shimmers are more like toppery shades, but they're really, really sparkly, and they last all day. So I absolutely love these. And then we also have the last Wooden Side palette, and that's the Sulmone second edition. They already had one of those palettes before, but it's discontinued now. This one is such a nice, like almost rainbow palette. It's not a complete rainbow, but I really love that it has a lot of colors, and it's one of those palettes that you can use all year round, no matter what your like preference is, because it has some of those really light blues and purples that I really like to use in spring. It also has those like really orangey reddish shades that I use more in like autumn, and then those dark blues and purples that I tend to go for around like December and January, when it's like really cold and dark outside. So this is perfect color story, and I love the shimmers in it. Some of those are more toppery shades. Those are the more like pastel-y purples and blues, and then there are also some really cool like deep shimmers. So yeah, those are all my eyeshadow palettes at this moment. There are also 2 palettes I didn't include here because I'm kind of almost done with them. I've hit pan on many of these shades, and I think by like the next couple of weeks I'm gonna be able to finish them completely. So I for some reason didn't put them in this video, even though I want it, but it's gonna be in my project pan video, so you can also watch that. It's gonna be up a couple days after this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be posting more videos like this that are more about like makeup and skincare, and I also post daily get ready with me, so if it's like in the short format. So if you're interested in that, I will definitely be happy to have you here. Let me know if you have some of these palettes, or if you wanted to get them but they're now discontinued, because some of these are. And let me know if you also like colorful makeup, because I wear mostly colorful makeup. I don't really have neutral palettes, and I don't go for neutrals pretty much ever. So let me know what your preferences are, and yeah, hope you're having a great day, and I will be happy to see you next time. Bye.